Good morning, welcome back YouTube. 15 weeks out vlog is here. We've already got the day started. Today we have Frederic and Rani competing. So it was an early rise to make sure that they are peaked, prepped and ready. Very excited. I think Frederic she's already at a level where I would deem she's a pro standard. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. But anyway, plan of action for today. We have got leg day going down. And it's a really, really big session. Today is the Cybex leg press that we do have at Rotherham. It's the old school 45-degree leg press, which is very heavy. And the numbers that I have written in my logbook today have been certainly playing on my mind for the past couple of days. I was already thinking about the workout yesterday, and all morning I have been thinking about what will happen and what I need to do to make it happen. Workout preparation, guys, happens the day before and even weeks before. Everything that you do leading up to your sessions will dictate your training performance. Mental state especially plays a huge role. If you tell yourself you cannot do something, guess what? You likely won't. If you tell yourself that you can do something, you absolutely will do it. And that is the mentality I have been taking for quite some time, especially in this prep. It has been helping a hell of a lot. Every morning I get on my treadmill and I tell myself that I am executing like a winner. And that's the approach, funnily enough, I've been taking to my work, my life in general. And I do believe it's allowing me to have further success, both personally, but also taking the mental wins, which are just as important. Anyway, meal one. I'm going to show you what I'm preparing for myself and Meg. She's having a bit of a jazzied up breakfast at the moment that I've been figuring out. So you'll see. And then we'll take you along for the ride for the day. Let's go. The usual, guys. We've got 100 grams of rice, veggies, 3 whole eggs. This is my meal 5 already ready. My meal 2, my pineapple for the day. And that's going to be Meg's meal. This is egg whites, sourdough bread, getting soaked. That's her veg and 2 whole eggs. I'll probably show you the final product, see if you like it. That's her cream of rice ready for the day. And my venison is getting cooked up. So we are multitasking. Busy mornings, right? Definitely takes a little bit of multitasking in the morning. And I do like to be organized. So some of this I actually prepared the night before, especially my rice in the rice cooker. I put it on my timer. So it's actually ready first thing in the morning. I come downstairs, I get it out, get my veg ready, put it all in the bowls. It takes me 5 minutes, but it does allow me then to just have efficiency where my meals are prepared, my meals are ready. I can work, come downstairs, put the meal in the pan, get it warmed up, eat, treadmill, do my steps, and back to work. So efficiency, guys, is the secret. Or shall we say, I like to be efficient to get more shit done. And getting shit done is what we like to do. Right, I'll finish this off. Then I'll see you at breakfast. Okay, the usual. Meal number 1 hasn't changed. I'm not going to show you all of the meals today because the diet is still the same. But meal number 1, it's the most important meal of the day, one of the favorite meals. So I am going to show you meal number 1. But before I do that, bit of an update. Feeling good. High days have definitely gone down a treat. Body weight is still up, but the look has changed a lot. So I'm definitely not concerned, especially with some of the changes we have made. I am not just expecting that body weight to be plummeting down, and it doesn't need to. Not at this point, and not where I am in terms of condition. So meal number 1 is about to be consumed, and then the day has started already. So I'm not going to say we're going to start the day. We are going to continue with the day and take you along on the ride.
Meal number 7. We're about to head off to the grocery store and get a few things. You know, everyone needs their groceries, and I have most of my stuff already packed in and everything, but I'm just going to go with them. Get a little bit of steps in, get some movement.
So today is leg day. We've got all the health supplementation on the side, ready for Cooper to pop it in the glasses because I think that we've got a few that are not ready to go. And he wanted me to show you my meal run. which is 200 grams of bread, 100 grams of veggies. Cooper's made it lovely in the pan like French toast. It's very nice. And my one egg he's left on top because I think that he realised I was a bit sad yesterday because my yolks weren't running. First world problem. And then we've also got 100 grams of blueberries, but I think I've left them in the fridge. So you're going to eat that, and then it'll be on to his next little work block, which I'm sure I'll see if he goes into the walk first before he heads and does his. You might not have heard that because I walked away. Cuba's next work block, but I'm sure he goes for a little walk first before he does his next little work block. We've both got quite a few clients competing this weekend, so it's definitely all systems go.
This is my little route after meal one at the moment. Looks like a little bit of Narnia. I mean, when I go through this little... And this is my little morning route. Steps after meal one out in this is always lovely. I mean, whenever it's dry enough for me to be able to walk through this, because this can get a little bit muddy. But look at this. I mean, I wish UK was like this year round. It would be such a beautiful place. Whenever I do my little morning walk through this little piece of wood, I always try to put my phone away for at least 5 minutes and just be present in the moment. I know it sounds cheesy, everyone's talking about being present, and I still don't really know what it means. I mean, I think it's just more so being conscious of where you are, what you are doing, and your actions. Now, generally, I like to just put my phone away and listen to the wood, listen to the birds chirping, the wind, the leaves, the trees, and it definitely lifts up the mood. I mean, sometimes I can even come here and be stressed from work, whatever thing that might be going on, or even just a busy, stressful day with a lot of troubleshooting, right? It's going to cause some stress, and stress is fine. Like, we shouldn't avoid it. Stress is part of life. It's just more so how you manage it. And then I have a walk through this wood, and it's almost like an instant relief of pressure, and I love it. So if you guys find yourself in the same situation, take a walk in a little wood near you. Just don't be a weirdo and wear a massive white onesie and look like a polar bear. Yeah, don't do that. It's weird. Well, that was rather an intense morning. Saturdays, I do not actually have that many check-ins, which gives me a lot of scope to do other bits of work that are required, such as clients competing, which I will have guys and girls competing pretty much every single weekend from here until November, which is pretty crazy, really. Especially looking at my timeline with all my clients' show as added, it's going to be a very, very busy year. But that's what we love, and that's what we do, right? I think me and Meg, by the time December comes around, are going to be very ready to have some quality downtime from work anyway. Now, time for meal number 2. I might show you a little bit of that as well. But one point I wanted to touch on when it comes to peaking clients, especially peak week and show day. Both myself and Meg, we literally work meal by meal. So when clients are competing, check-ins are quite literally done meal by meal with the body weight and pictures. And that is essential because the look can change quite literally meal to meal in a peak week. Now, during the peak week, I will have clients send me check-in pictures at different points during the day with different body weights, and they will send me over how much water they've had and how much food they've had. This then gives me a reference point of what they look like with a certain amount of water and a certain amount of meals in, carbohydrates, etc. This then gives me a rough idea on how much food they may actually need for show day. And what is the best look for them to step on stage with how much water they actually need. This makes it much easier to plan for when they have to compete at certain times, and then be able to bring a standardized look to the stage that is already predictable. Hopefully that helps. If it helps, comment below. I very much like to be organized with my subs. So this is my servings of Digest Pharma Pro and Ensure and Magnesium, and my Omega Pharma Pro spread out. That's going to be my meal number 2, meal number 3, which is going to be pre-workout meal, and then meal number 5. So here we've got 1 Magnesium, 1 Digest Pharma, 2 Omega, 1 Ensure. Pre-workout meal, we've got 2 Ensure, 2 Omega, again Magnesium, Digest Pharma, and then meal 5, we've got Magnesium and Digest Pharma. And then pre-bed subs are here with curcumin, dream sleep, and all the other fancy bits that we get. Heart care, love heart, basically entire Train by JP range goes in here, and I take this with my last meal every night. Super organized, and I never ever forget to take these because they're already laid out for the day. Top tip, get organized, guys. If you have this prepared, it's quite hard to forget when it's on the side. Just looks a little bit messy. Although, big up to Jack, my client, who sent me over some pill organizers, so I'll be using these when they arrive.
They're hoping you never check. Right now, they're saying...
Alright, hamstrings is going to be a little more chill, but quads... break.
Here we go. This is my artillery pre-workout. We've got pre-workout meal, cream of rice, pre-workout caffeine here, and then we've got my 40 grams of carbs from Performance Fuel. We've got my pumpage, hydration, and creatine. We've got MPS and magnesium post-workout, and then we've got some glutamine in here and here. That is the bad boys, called Cuba 10, for all of your Train by JP needs. Pre-leg day routine. Coffee's gone, recovery boots on, education time. Meg has actually just given me a full body head shave. Full body head shave. Head shaved. A full body shave, so I am nude right now. Meg has just been a trooper and shaved my entire body. For some reason, my hair's growing at a rapid rate. So we have to do it every 2 weeks. I normally do my arms and my chest and my stomach, and then she does the rest. So I am fully shaven, which is great. It's always a great feeling. I always feel like every time I shave, I almost feel like I'm a lot leaner, because the hair, especially the hair that I get, blurs a lot of detail. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow's check-in. It should be a fun one, because the look is definitely getting better. Anyway, I'm going to get back on with my podcast for a few more minutes, and then time for pre-workout meal. Leg day routine is always the same. I tend to get my work done nice and early, and then spend a little bit of time recovery boots on before training. Watch a little bit of something that's relevant on YouTube, and then I'll show you how pre-workout routine looks once I've made the meal. This is what you call accuracy. 40 grams of Whey ISO Pro, precision weighed, and then I'm going to mix this in with my little spoon. Have my, oh, it's changed. Anyway, what's 40 grams? Then I'm going to have this just before I actually eat. Boom. I normally have a paste, but I do like the whey mixed in. For some reason at the moment, this really hits the spot, so it's going to be the one. Whoosh. This is when you know the whey is good quality, because it mixes in perfectly. Now talk about perfect consistency. This is about as perfect as it can get. What do you think, Meg?
Looks amazing.
This is Meg's pre-workout meal. What do we have?
Chicken, rice, veg, a rice cake.
Chicken, rice, veg and a rice cake.
Yeah.
Fish and a rice cake.
I like crunch.
Thank you. I've got my sleeves. I've got my socks on.
I'll get the socks before.
We're ready to go. This, however, is what you call perfection. Right, my guys and girls, time for my pre-workout meal, which is delightful. Yeah, that is pretty perfect. The time before training, that is the time where you have to mentally prepare for the work ahead. So I generally aim to have all of my tasks finished, clients replied, so that I can solely focus on the session. So the 6-7 hour window that I have from the time I wake up before I train is my time to get on top of my work, on top of all my responsibilities, so that the training time is isolated and I can be selfish with the time at the gym. It's the time for me to give back to myself and focus on my passion. And then it keeps me fresh to be able to give back to others and stay on top of my clients. I really think having a clear divide between your work, the time where you actually spend allocated to do something for you is essential, because every time I wake up in the morning, I feel excited to do more work. Everything has clear timeframes and allocated times, which means when it's work time, it's only work time. The only thing that exists is my clients, nothing else. When it's chill time, it's chill time. There's no in between. There's no half in, half out. You have to be all in at one given task at one time. Multitasking is a myth. Multitasking is one way to do multiple things in a dog shit fashion. So be mindful of that. Anyway, I'm gonna eat this, watch some leg training videos, and get mentally prepared for the work ahead. Not very much to say, guys. We're at gym now, and I'm not gonna lie, I am very, very up for this session. Focused, very ready, full of energy, and excited to go in and get it done. So I'm not going to waffle on too much. I'm going to go in, get warmed up, and get stuck straight into the sets. So I will see you for exercise number 1. This is the castle. I am incredibly proud of this place. Some of you won't know, but I actually opened this gym in 2017, January 9th. It was always a dream of mine, so every time I walk through this door, I am definitely filled with a lot of pride. And more importantly, I definitely appreciate how far the gym has actually come in that time. But, as always, improvements are to come, and they will come. All trained by JP, fully stocked up as well. Kuma 10, if you want yours online, you know the drill. Anyway, game time, let's get it. Big boy session. Some of you won't know, but I actually opened this gym in 2017, January 9th. It was always a dream of mine, so every time I walk through this door, I am definitely filled with a lot of pride. And more importantly, I definitely appreciate how far the gym has actually come in that time. But, as always, improvements are to come, and they will come. All trained by JP, fully stocked up as well. Kuma 10, if you want yours online, you know the drill. Anyway, game time, let's get it. Big boy session. Exercise number 1, single leg seated hamstring curl. The goal here is to make every single reps as accurate as possible. Now guess what? Accuracy is what makes it hard. The harder it is, the more stimulus you get to a degree. So focus on accuracy and effort. Everything else comes as a byproduct. Yep. Give me 10 seconds. Just give me 10 seconds. Don't need to hold it, bro. Yeah. Ah. Okay. Okay. Here we fucking go. 11, yeah? Okay. Let's get it. Better get 11 again, huh? Two reps. Yep. Yep. That was perfect. See, this is exactly why I switched this to unilateral work, because I'm simply not able to keep my knees pointing up and my legs in this alignment. And as much as I don't like to go feel, if I can feel something working better and it feels harder, I feel like I can get more range, guess what? It's probably going to do a better job. So sometimes you don't need studies to guide your decision making. You just need to use this and think about what you do in the gym and try stuff out. Feel what works best and what you can do to adjust to get more from it. Right down. The reason why I needed this extra warm-up set is because I wasn't quite mentally ready for this set. I know exactly what I need to hit here, and mentally I need to be really, really ready to get it done. So I needed that extra set just to touch my working weight to be able to mentally switch it on and mentally prepare for myself for the set ahead. Mental preparation is a huge, huge, huge key to your success for your working sets, especially when you have set targets that you need to hit and you understand the effort that's required. You need to have the focus to be able to do it, and that takes time and preparation. Right down. Easy. 100. Hit reps. Hit reps. Make the fucking happen. Everything into it. I did it. How was your session? Fantastic. What are we doing now?
Just having his first workout meals. Well, I think that we're both doing a bit of work.
This is the podcast room, as you can see, our Ultraflex Rob room. This is where the magic happens, quite literally. Very good session today. I will let you know my thoughts on the way back. But now, what we are going to do is finish this, have a sunbed, and then drive home to switch off for the evening and tend to the girls that are still competing. If you enjoy the session, comment, size on, let's get it. I'm just kidding. If you enjoy the session, I want you to comment Smeg underneath, please. Smeg, but make Smeg logo.
What have you got in there?
Custard, cream of rice, 100 grams of blueberries, and there was my fish here. Food hasn't changed, so No full days of eating, but you still get to see a little bit of food, right? Whoa, we're back. Back at Casa del Celling / Sylvester. She's sat here, she's watching, she's eating. Anyway, tremendous session. I am going to go and finish bits of work now. Frederique came second in a very, very stacked lineup. I think the back pose let her down this week a little bit, as I do think she bent through her legs a little bit too much. And bikini really is that close when you have a lineup of 6 girls that could literally flip-flop because they are all that good. Small little details matter. So peak week number 2 next week, we will have Ryan and Frederique both doing the pro qualifier in Spain. So can't wait. Another week of getting it done. Another week of bodybuilding. Tomorrow morning, I am going to give you a full update again on how things are. And then I will cap off for the vlog. Tomorrow, in the next portion of the video, that will be coming over in a moment, I will give you a full breakdown of the meals that I'm having at this moment in time, the calories, the steps, and how things have been trending, and what the goals are set for this prep and this part of preparation as well. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in a moment. Now, guys and girls, the update that you have all been waiting for is here. I wanted to contribute a little bit with what I actually do on a rest day, as today is the day post legs. And a lot of people do find themselves in a position in prep where they try to stay occupied or try to stay as busy as they can. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's great. However, you should always have that attitude. You should always want to try and be as productive as you can be year round. And that is something I try to, and I always pride myself on sustaining, both in prep and off season. And my clients always know that and always see that with the work that I put in. Like today, had a very busy morning of client updates, a few check-ins as well. We are traveling next week, so I had to message all my clients directly because I will have them check in a day early, just so everyone still gets same response times, even with travel days. So then I had tissue work. Again, client replies whilst I'm having tissue work. And after that, we had an hour and a half team Q&A call. And that was just exclusive for clients, going over some questions. I think there were 16 questions that we need to go over in depth, covering all different topics and various different questions that they actually wanted some answers to, which is helpful and it keeps the mind fresh as well. I love doing them. Now, one thing I want you to all take in consideration is, as much as you want to put the work in, as much as you want to stay busy, you also need to allocate downtime. Time of relaxation, time where you are actively seeking time away from your phone, and time where you are actually giving your mind and body a break. For me, on a rest day, that is generally the last couple of hours of the day. 3 hours if I'm lucky. I will put my phones away if my clients are not competing and they don't need immediate attention. And I actually like to go out in public. I've got normal clothes on, normal people clothes on, non-uniform day. And there's a spot in Meadow Hall called Mozzarella. Me and Jamie the Giant had a catch up there the other day. And it's just a cafe. It's pretty quiet. Old people normally go there. And I very often go and have a peppermint tea. And today, I sat down. I was there for probably 45 minutes without my phone, without my work phone. And I was just there with my own thoughts. And I was just thinking about the times that I've had doing this and position I am in right now, and how lucky and grateful I am to be doing what I love this far in my life and get as much fulfillment from doing what I love as I am right now. A lot of people don't understand that, especially when it comes to bodybuilding at this level. I mean, a lot of people will question, like, why'd you do this? You know you're never going to be a top pro. I know that, but it's not about that for me. For me, it's more about being my best, living my dream, living my passion, and hopefully having a positive impact on people around me, my team, my wife, my friends, all my clients, and every single person watching this as well. If I can contribute something positive to your day, it's a win for me. Sometimes we've got to take time to appreciate where we are and how far we've come. And yeah, today, even now, a bit of a harder day, a little bit tired. I was walking through and I was like, right, I love this. Like, it's been a nice day. It's been a busy day. It's been a tougher day. And I love every bit of it. Remind yourself sometimes why you do this. And today, I think, was the day that firmly reminded me why I do this, what I love about bodybuilding so much, and how it is still my absolute passion and an obsession to a degree. On that note, guys, the prep update. Steps: 12k daily, calories haven't changed, just above 4,000 on training day, 3,400 on rest day. I stick to a meal plan, always. My calories are fixed on training days and rest days. I do not deviate, I do not macro track. It's always a fixed menu for me, based around the foods that I like. I think, especially in prep, it's very important to have the same volume in your food, and there should be no guesswork. I think nutritional variety is important, yes, but it should be fixed nutritional variety within your program, especially in prep. Just to negate the differences in micronutrient values, the differences in fiber amounts, and the difference in even food volume, which can affect your body weight as well, to a degree, which then can potentially affect your decision making. Water, consistent, 7 litres per day. Sodium, directly 6 grams per day. I even weigh out my low calorie sources, which are at 10 grams per meal, 3 times per day. And they do not change. They're the ones from Flavor Gang that my client, Billy, probably watching this, big up, thank you Billy, I appreciate you, sends me over. So everything's standardized, everything's consistent, and a lot of you watching this will already know consistency is what I am extremely good at. Consistency, effort over time. I mean, listen, I may not be the best bodybuilder out there, but when it comes to actual bodybuilding and consistency in the game of bodybuilding, I am probably I can proudly say I am up there with one of the best. Guys, I appreciate you all. That is me out for this vlog. I will see you next week. Thank you and take care. Please make sure you subscribe and like the video. Comment below if you have made it to the very end.
It was Danny.